Welcome back, everybody. This is the thejonnymar, and I'm continuing with Final Fantasy I: Dawn of Souls. Last time we went through the Marsh Cave, and we actually also beat Astos, which gave us access to the Crystal Eye that we now have to return to Matoya. So why don't we do that quick and get a special item? Alright, so I sailed north from Elfheim. This is Cornelia. And now I'm going to head underneath the bridge here for a little bit of a shortcut that will take us to Matoya's cave when you head northwest. So here we are in Matoya's cave. Let's return the Crystal Eye. Wow, the most amazing potion that she has. Jolt Tonic. That's some good stuff. You remember the soda named Jolt? And she can see again. And I don't think, no, we can't get any books there. Alright, so now we need to head back to the Elven Castle with our Jolt Tonic. And what we're going to do is use that to wake up the sleeping prince. As you can see, he is still out. So give it to the healer. Okay. I guess we trust Matoya. Watch his big eyes open. Welcome back to the living. No, you're awake now. Reward, please. He is going to give us the item we've been wanting for quite a while, and that is the Mystic Key. Sweet! You know what that means? We can now open up all of those Mystic Key doors, which means oodles and oodles of loot for us to get. You're welcome. Well, we do what we can. We are the Light Warriors. I am awake and strong, so much so that I'm just gonna lay in bed for the rest of the game. You do that. So here's the Mystic Key. Opens all magically sealed doors, and we have a lot to get. So we're gonna be treasure hunting in this episode for the rest of the time. And we'll do a little bit more plot kind of advancement as well. So there is a catch of chests to get here in the Elven Castle. We have to head over here to the right and then head to the back of the castle, and there's a couple chests to pick up. Back in this room. We get a mithril hammer. It's always good to get some Jill. And we get 1,500 of it. And some bronze gloves. That's okay stuff. Let's equip it. So the mithril hammer, not too useful for our fighter, but you may remember that in this game hammers are useful for priests or white mages. So we'll throw the bronze gloves on our fighter / warrior and the mithril hammer on Avok. Alright, next. Now we're back in Cornelia. And we have that treasure room in the back that we couldn't access from way back at the beginning of the game. So we had these graybeards telling us about them. Let's see what they say now that we have the key. The time has come! Open the doors! Ah, so it must be some pretty awesome stuff if it's going to help us out. Let's see. Saber. Cottage. That's okay. Mithril knife. Not the greatest. A tent. Woo. Iron armor. Not helpful. And this is important. The Nitro powder, or TNT as it was called in the original. And we need that to open up the canal to advance in the game. So that is necessary. That's the one thing we absolutely need out of this Mystic Key quest. The rest of it is just extra stuff. Now notice we're not getting silver equipment. In the original you did get some more silver stuff, like silver knives. But again, they pushed that back in this game, so you don't get the silver equipment until much later. Because essentially it was too powerful for this point in the game. So the only thing that we got that may be somewhat helpful is the saber, which, you know, is going to increase our thief's power a little bit, but reduces accuracy. So we'll equip it. We're going to get some pretty awesome swords pretty soon, so we'll be offsetting all of that stuff in the very near future. And speaking of that, let's head up to the Soul Shrine that we went to at the beginning of the game to fight Garland. So now we're back in the Chaos Shrine. And over to the right of the Chaos Shrine, there are 2 rooms that have chests guarded by gargoyles. These guys were in the Marsh Cave, not too tough. Should be able to take them out pretty quickly. And they protect 2 specialty swords. The Rune Blade, which is supposed to do more damage to magic users, but in the original version it was bugged. It really didn't do a ton more damage. In this version, I mean, the damage seems to be negligible, so I'm not sure it really does much extra. It may, but it really is not that noticeable. Here's another enemy pressure plate, some more gargoyles. You can fight anywhere up to 2 to 4 of them. And they are protecting 2 chests, and if you want both, you're going to have to step on the plate again. We get the Werebuster. This is supposed to be effective against animals or wild creatures. So we'll throw that on our red mage. And a gold needle. So that's kind of a hint that you might want to invest in some soft / gold needles, because there are enemies in this next upcoming area that will petrify you. But next, we head back to Mount Duergar. And that's because there was another area of Mystic Chest that we can get to by opening up a door with the Mystic Key. And, of course, we have our Nitro Powder now, so that means we can open up the canal. So let's get our items first. Worm Killer. Potion, Ether, yeah. Mithril, that's a good one. And some Jill, and another cottage. Useful stuff. A great helm, and a tent. Now this is the best kind of area, so this is the best equipment we're gonna get. So there you go, we got some brand new stuff for our fighter. And the Mithril Mail, not useful for our fighter, but it is helpful for our red mage. So we'll throw that on him. Put the Rune Blade on him as well. Actually, let's go with the Werebuster. As you can see, Mithril Mail increases his defense and evasion. And we'll throw the Rune Blade on our thief, Nakuso. And I think that's about it. Now, we have a ton of extra stuff, and we have a few more places to go to get some more chests. So we're going to want to sell off stuff as we're doing that, so make sure you sell off your useless equipment that you don't need anymore. Nitro Powder! You do owe us. This is cool. We actually get a little cutscene here. In the original, he just kind of ran off the screen and that was it. And the canal was open. But in this version, he actually sets it up. We have this nice little scene. And then there's actually a FMV style cutscene as well. We're just gawking. We're city folk. Run away! Boom! Uh-oh, what's that swirl there? Pretty cool. Not quite the end of the first half of Final Fantasy VI, but still pretty awesome. And now we can take our ship to the next area of the game, should we choose to do so. He does a little dance. Victory fanfare. But first we have some more chests to open up. So we're going to head back to where we've beat Astos at the Northern Castle or Western Keep. Alright, so there is another catch of chests for us to get in here. So let's grab those. Gotta head up and around. And then down. Avoid the bats, of course, even though they just key at you. Now each of these chests has an enemy plate in front of them. If you do not want to fight them, you can actually open the chest from the side, and that'll work for you. But, you know, there's really no reason to not fight them. They give you some good experience and gold. And they're not super tough enemies. These wraiths, the dangerous thing about them is they'll paralyze you. But you are strong enough at this point to take them out, and if you cast your fire and Dia spells, you should kill them pretty quickly. In fact, this will probably kill it right here. Boom. And we got a Corsair and a Felchion. Not too useful. They would have been more helpful before we got the specialty swords. Okay, here we got some mummies. And the other chest on the right side of the room also has mummies. And after this, the last area that we need to go to get some chests is actually back into the Marsh Cave. So we're going to head down to the lowest floor where we got the crown. And in the bottom area of the third floor, power staff, if you have a wizard, that can be helpful for them. Steel gloves, I mean, sort of helpful. Increases your attack a little bit. Not attack, defense. And yeah, nothing else that we can equip. Just in case I'll optimize. But there's a few more items for us to get, and we'll have to take on some Pisco demons as well to get them. And I think some anacondas, perhaps. So let's go do that. Alright, so I am in the bottom left corner of the third cave, or third area of the Marsh Cave. And we're fighting some anacondas, and they are only on a pressure plate behind the chest. If you go around to the front of it, you shouldn't have to fight them. But I want the experience, so I'm going to fight them. They don't do much damage, and the only danger is that they will poison you, but we have Poisona, so it's not a danger at all. They'll go down pretty quick. And once we finish up the Marsh Cave here, get a couple chests, that'll be it. We'll be able to continue onward with the storyline and head to Melmond, which is a, I'll put the silver armlet on my thief. He hasn't had some new armor in a while. Which is the town that we heard way back in Provoca. A man said that it had been kind of taken over, sort of. Kind of fell into ruin. Now this chest you can't get to without fighting some Pisco demons. So you have to pick your poison. In fact, it might be anacondas in the front. I don't know. There's something. Both sides of it are defended. So these things aren't too tough at this point. We're strong. Wasted my thunder spell. And when you are selling off your items as you get new stuff, also make sure to update your spells so that you're maxing those out at each level. I am at maximum for all of my different spell levels. This room doesn't have anything in it, except an enemy encounter. And also buy some Phoenix Downs and Cornelia, because we'll need those as well. So what enemy are we going to fight here? Ah, Pisco Demons. And once I beat them, that'll be it. So next time we're going to head west from Cornelia. I'll meet you there. And we'll head to Melmond and see where the story takes us. So as always, viewers, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And I will see you all next time. If I can beat these guys, come on. Don't leave me hanging here. Alright. There we go. So long.